coming to you live from the It's Funny studios. I'm Doug.
I'm Greg.
And this is Mike.
And this is the It's Funny That Makes It Okay podcast. Hey, welcome everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the show.
We are back.
Towards
the end of September.
Real quick, Mike is not with us tonight. He's actually training for the World Gravy Wrestling Championship. So
I don't know if he's using white or brown gravy.
We'll have to ask him next week.
Next year. He's gonna be gone a while.
He is. So he's got a big kiddie pool full of gravy, and he's out there training and scrounging around in that gravy, learning how to.
I think he's got a tournament later this week.
I think so. It's a round robin, so he can lose one, but. So anyway, Mike is not here, so it's just two old guys yelling at clouds and screaming at kids to keep their music down and get off our lawn.
Yeah.
We will try to keep that to a minimum.
At least during this. Afterwards, we'll go outside and yell at them.
All right. Well, we may have a truncated show. I don't know, or it could go long. We could just start rambling. Mike, it might be the reason that we're on track. But
I expect it to be a little shorter, but we'll see.
We'll see. You got an ad we're going to talk about here up front. I got a few things, a couple ads and a couple of weird products. Then we're going to do an Am I the A-hole segment. Got a couple of those. We're going to talk about a guy whose marriage was ruined by a surgical procedure, and not to him.
Not to him.
We're going to ask what one ingredient would ruin a hamburger for you. If they put it on the hamburger, I can't eat it. I'm out. And then we're going to talk about adults ordering kids' meals. There's an article in there. I want to get into that. So let's kick it off.
Yeah, it'll be interesting what we got to say about that.
I don't know. We'll see.
I got thoughts.
So,
all right. Well, we'll start with this commercial. It's just stupid.
It is weird.
Lori and I were watching TV, and this thing has been on multiple times now. And I'm like, what on earth are they advertising? So I'm going to just play.
Are you going to tell us who the commercial is for, or no?
I think I'll play it first because it says it at the end.
Okay.
So I'm going to play it and just hopefully it'll come across and you can understand what.
If not, you'll have 30 seconds of dead air.
Yes.
This will be very odd.
Yes. So here we go.
Spankings at average birthday parties. Spankings at a Duluth Trading birthday party.
So
celebrate our big damn birthday and the season's biggest deals.
So basically, the first one,
Only at
Duluth Trading. So the first one is a guy and he's spanking a giant beaver.
Yes.
With a birthday hat on.
Yes. They
both have a birthday hat on.
Yeah.
And the giant beaver and the man.
Yes.
And he's spanking the giant beaver.
And the paddle looks kind of like a beaver tail.
It does. That's not a euphemism for anything. I mean, there's literally a giant beaver and he's spanking it.
And it's making that growling noise like.
The beaver spanking him in the first one, right?
Yes.
And then the second one, when you wear Duluth Trading clothes, you're spanking the beaver.
Yes.
And when you spank the beaver, it spits up a birthday cake. And then it lights the candles?
I don't know. On the birthday cake. So it's Duluth Trading Company, who is a clothing, I don't know, mercantile or clothing site or something. But,
sure. We'll go with that.
But yeah, it must be their birthday, and that's how they celebrate it.
By spanking the beaver.
Maybe that's how I'll celebrate my next birthday.
Maybe. I don't get I don't know how is that helping move product? What is that? I look at that like, I got to give me some Duluth Trading.
Yeah, and these are just like stick-drawn kind of
very
characters.
Odd, very crude-looking, like crudely drawn.
Yeah, we'll try to put a link out this week so everyone can view.
Oh, yes.
We'll probably bump up Duluth Trading Company's sales.
Thousands.
Thousands. Because people will want to go out and buy the underwear, buy the pants. I don't know. I just saw it and thought, very strange.
It was very strange. It was very strange indeed.
I wish I could show it.
We'll put it out there.
Yeah.
We'll put it out there.
So Duluth Trading Company, nice commercial.
Duluth Trading Company. Well,
and happy birthday.
And happy birthday. You know, my birthday was a couple weeks ago, and it was nothing like that. So
you didn't spank the beaver?
I did not. I did not.
Did it spank you?
No, there was no spankings at all for my birthday. All right. Well, I came across this ad on X, or formerly known as Twitter. And I've seen a lot of these ads, and they have some odd ones. I don't know what, Mott and Bow, M-O-T-T and B-O-W. And they sell pants, clothes. And it has a picture of, just the guy's pants there, and you're looking at the rear end of the pants, a couple of them.
Yes.
It says, pants crafted to make your butt stand out. It doesn't matter if you have a round cake or a flat can. Your derriere will be noticeable and slappable after you put on a pair of Mott and Bow's premium pants. Why slappable?
I love it. If they partner with Duluth, you might get spanked by a beaver with them on.
You might. Maybe I should get this with some Duluth underwear, and I have a crazy wild birthday. Who knows what could happen?
I don't want my derriere noticeable.
Or slapped. I'd rather it be noticeable than slapped.
I want neither.
You get them, you walk into work like, hey, Greg, looking good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Bob. Appreciate that.
Nice round cake you've got there.
That's right. We used to have a flat can, but it looks slappable now. Like,
do the pants have like pads in them?
It doesn't say. I even clicked on that and went into it and look, and it doesn't say anything. I don't know why. Maybe it's like the old bra. It lifts and separates.
Yes, it does.
I don't know. I don't know what's happening or why. It doesn't seem like you would want that in this day and age, with sexual harassment and everything else. Oh, it's slappable. So, hey, ladies, get your Mott and Bow pants, and then you'll have a slappable butt just like me.
Do they make female pants?
I don't know.
Look like male
these are
pants.
all male pants, but I don't know. Maybe
because I know most males want a slappable butt. I mean,
oh well, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't? All right. The next thing I was traveling around I've been doing a lot of traveling with work here lately, and I've stopped at a truck stop, gas station to get gas and stuff. And they had a couple.
Get your butt slapped?
Get my butt slapped by truckers as I walk in. They're like, look at that round cake that guy's got.
Smack.
You have a noticeable butt and it's slappable. No. Anyway, they go and they have toys. They have all kinds of stuff there. It's a typical
because the truckers need toys.
Well, travel center. Well, for kids or whatever. But they have these. They're kind of like Barbies. They're little
figurines,
posable girl dolls.
Yes.
And they come as a set. What? The one, it comes with an ATV, like a 4-wheeler.
Yeah.
Okay, that's something.
She's an outdoorsy girl.
Yeah, there's two different types of 4-wheelers. There's a smaller one, then there's one with like a cage. And then one has like a dog with it. Like, oh, that's kind of cool. You get a little dog there. They both have a dog, actually, 2 different types of dogs. But then they each come with their own. One comes with a rifle. One comes with a bow and arrow set, and then one comes with a deer, and one comes with a goose. So you can have Barbie. It's backwoods Barbie. She's going goose hunting. The other one's going to do some, deer hunting. I picture you take them home, give them to your daughter. They got the Barbie dream house. Then strung up outside, they got the deer sitting there. They're doing a field dressing right there in front of. Ken comes out and faints. Woo! Man up, Ken.
She's got a head mounted in the.
That's
den.
right. Ken's like, this doesn't go with the motif at all in here. It's like, get out of here, Ken. Slapping around. On the other hand, G.I. Joe might be coming around a little more. Like,
yeah.
Hey, I like what you're doing here.
Likes the rugged woman.
But I just thought that was interesting. Yeah, they got the goose with the rifle or the shotgun, and then the deer.
Yeah, it's got binoculars. What's the little yellow thing? A helmet?
Yep.
For riding the 4-wheeler?
Yeah, for riding the 4-wheeler. But with the deer, there's like a little igloo. I don't know what that is. Is that for when you gut the deer, you put the parts in there to keep it cool when you drive back to the Barbie house?
Yeah, a little igloo cooler.
Yeah, I don't know.
What's the thing to the right in the deer one? By the helmet to the right.
It looks like bottles of like water, lemon water or something. I don't know. You get hydrated out there killing. You kill deer. It's thirsty work.
Yeah, it is thirsty work.
But anyway, so backwoods Barbies. Anybody out there? It was a Love's Travel Center. So if you want to stop and get your kids that.
Yeah, Ken's nowhere to be found.
No.
In these.
Oh no.
Ken's
no
at
Ken.
home.
I saw a billboard as well when I was out driving around. And have you heard the saying, when life happens? You know,
yeah.
what do you think of when life happens? It's like, if I hear that, I think, show somebody with like a flat tire or they ran out of gas.
Yeah,
or,
something kind of negative happens.
My check's a little short. Well, this is for a college. It says apply today for Sandberg College at sandberg.edu. And it has a young gal there. She's smiling. It says when life happens. But she has blue gloves and it says crime scene. Dude, it's like somebody was murdered. That's not when life happens. That's like a tragedy.
Well, life happened to somebody.
Well, or death. Not anymore. Life's not happening to Joe. He's dead. We will teach you how to put up this crime tape, do a chalk outline. Like when life happens,
she's
we're
happy
there.
about it. She's smiling.
She is. Oh, I'm so glad somebody died. I was so bored sitting in the office. I couldn't wait to get out. I got my chalk, ready to do the chalk outline. That was Chalk Outline 101. I did great in that class.
Well, they're saying when life happens,
we're there.
We're there. With the crime scene tape.
Yes. We can't help you. We'll wait till you're expired. Then we'll put up the tape, the chalk outline.
Or maybe they were there
Ooh.
before the crime scene
Maybe
tape.
they were.
But they have the crime scene tape with them. Maybe they were. Maybe they were
See,
there.
I didn't take it. We're covering it all up. She does have on gloves, so there will be no prints.
Yeah, she's got the blue gloves on.
Oh,
yeah.
The last thing, this popped up, and it was shop by the internet, and it was like, I don't know if you get this, but I will get this. It says, these items are curated by our Amazon influencers, and it'll show things that people buy.
Right.
One of them said for dogs, probably because I have dogs, so I post things or look up things about dogs, so I get a lot of
I don't get
stuff.
things for dogs.
No. You get the when life happens crime scene. I'll take care of your dog. It's got a dog. He's sitting on a couch, and he has something on his head. And at first I was like, what is that?
Yeah, it's
it almost looks
weird.
like half a helmet, but it's hard to tell. No, they're doggy earmuffs. Ear protection we got for Doug for concerts. I'm assuming the dog's name is Doug. But
of course it is.
First off, I can't imagine trying to get your dog to wear these earmuffs. And
better yet, try a cat.
Well, they didn't have it for cats.
That's because somebody lost an arm trying to put them on it.
But I love it how our dog loves going to what dog is going to a concert? And what concert? Oh, he can't wait to go to the next Styx concert. He loves it.
They're going to see, but then he would want the earphones off.
I would think so.
So he could listen to the music.
It's too loud.
Yeah.
It's too loud.
Yeah.
But are you taking your dog? Are you getting dog earmuffs for your dog?
Well, they do. They need them.
I don't think so.
I don't think there were any dogs at the Kids Bop concert.
They probably would love that. All those kids bopping around and chasing them. Some pit bulls come in there. Ah! It would have made the concert probably more exciting.
So is that what it said? Just concerts? Was there anything else?
That's all it said.
Just for concerts. Nothing else. Not other loud storms. How about thunderstorms?
It didn't say, but I would assume any loud noise. What if he barks real loud? He's like, I like barking, but I don't like hearing it.
You put those on, the dog's like, I'm deaf.
Come here, dog. Come here. They're sitting there ignoring you. I can't hear anything. I can't hear nothing.
See, it ought to be playing something. Like they look like headphones that would be playing music or playing
They
sounds.
do. They look like the old style, the throwback headphones.
The
big cans that off. I have a set like that. And actually, I like those better than the earbuds.
You wear them to concerts?
I might. I might start. No, it's for music. I might do that though if I had to go to Kids Pop. I have some other music playing in there.
Concert going on in your head.
That's right. Kansas playing off.
Yeah.
This is great.
I think Kids Bop does Kansas.
Oh, do they?
Carry On My Wayward Son.
I can't imagine that. I think their classic rock is like In Sync and stuff. Backstreet
I think
Boys.
Imagine Dragons. I think they do some of that.
Well, that could be. All right. Anything else for that before we move on?
Nope.
Okay. Well, we are going to head into the Am I the A-hole? We got a couple stories here where we're going to read and we're going to kind of run court and decide whether this person is justified in their actions or not. The first one, this is actually from the New York Post, but I think it came from Reddit, but it was a New York Post article. And it just said, I secretly fattened up my bridesmaid so I didn't look plain at my wedding.
I know my answer to this one already.
This is probably going to be a no-brainer. I think we're probably going to agree. This is where I do miss Mike coming in. Maybe he could have a different perspective. But you know,
we're too
he's
much
got to get ready for
those
that gravy wrestling. So I get it.
Yeah.
Says, real quick, most blushing brides to be are busy thinking about the fit of their dress or the fullness of their bouquets in the weeks leading up to their nuptials. But this woman here,
that's what most guys are thinking of too.
This woman here had sneakily forcing her unwitting bridesmaids to gain mega weight so that she would look radiant on her big day. So basically, she said, both of my sisters are gorgeous, the nefarious newlywed said of her older sister Maggie, a sexy high school music teacher, and her baby sis Charlie, a happy-go-lucky hottie who writes children book. I mean stunning, Penny confessed. Stunning, Penny, a confessed bridezilla, griped. Okay, first she's calling herself a bridezilla, so I think we know where this is going to go. But anyway, she always felt like Jan Brady, she said. That's an old reference, but Marsha. I wasn't as hot and popular as my older sister and wasn't as cute and fun as my young sister. I was just Penny in the middle. To make matters worse, she and her new fiance lived in the same house with her smoke show sisters all throughout the engagement. See, it seems to me, if you're really that, then get out and get your own place.
Yeah, why
are you living with them?
Fiance live there.
But why are you living with them?
Yeah.
You're a grown woman.
Well,
get
they're
out.
going to be your bridesmaids too.
But we don't know. I don't want to make it. I don't want to make a judgment yet.
No, not yet.
We're reading, and again, we read this, and we're going to take what she says at face value. It says, under the pressures of planning a wedding, a desperate Penny became obsessed with outshining her blood-related competitors. I set about to make sure my sisters looked as ordinary as possible on my big day. Well, as much as I could without being totally obvious about it. She said, admitting she forced her fair-skinned, blonde-headed sisters into buying neon yellow bridesmaid dresses that made them look washed out and slightly ill. Why would you? But your wedding, they're in your wedding. It's going to have a neon yellow dress in it. It's going to look terrible.
Oh, she's going to look great, though.
Said, after she got them to wear the dresses, she even went a little further. Every morning, I insisted on making breakfast smoothies for everyone. I told them I wanted us all to look the best on the big day, so I was making them this special slimming smoothie. I even went as far as buying a weight loss shake and emptying the contents and filling it instead with mega weight gain protein powder I found at a bodybuilder. This woman is insane.
She's cold, man.
This is nuts. Hey, prospective groom, you run. You should run. This is a giant red flag.
Yeah.
She's doing this to her sisters so that she looks good. She's insane. Okay. At first, I went easy. But by the month before the wedding, I was adding triple the prescribed amount into Maggie and Charlie's
fattening
smoothies,
up fast enough.
leaving my own simply fruit and coconut water. By the time my wedding rolled around, each sister had to have their dresses altered to accommodate their thickening waistlines. The day went off a hitch, and everyone had a great time. I never thought for a moment on my wedding day that I wasn't the center of attention or the most important person in the room, she added. So there's Penny. I will go first. I say she is a giant a-hole. She's insane. She's nuts. If you're doing it, first off, what if she gave them triple the dose? What if that did something like harmful to them? Doesn't matter as long as she's the star of her wedding. That's the only thing that matters.
Yeah, she's cold-hearted, man. That's to fatten up her own sisters. Like I said, if it's the dude, he's got to run. I mean, there's.
I give the over/under on their marriage 4.5 years. I might take the under on that.
I might take the under as well.
She is a nut. She's insane. I don't know why. I don't know why you do that.
And it sounds to me like from the story, she has never told her sisters.
I would agree with you.
It sounds like they lost the weight and everything. Everybody's all hunky dory, but nut job, man.
Nut job is true.
So, yes, she's the A.
All right. Well, you are the a-hole lady.
Now, this next
Even
one,
on your big day.
Yeah, on her big day, she is the A.
Yes. Yes.
This next one I have not read, so it's going to be this one I'll be coming in cold on.
Okay. And actually, this next one, it was DM'd to us by our friends over at the Greener Grass, so thank you.
Yes.
Shout out to them. They do a podcast where they do a Would You Rather every week. They tackle a different subject, so give them a listen. We do appreciate them
we do.
Giving us something, and they wanted to see how we came down on this, so let's find out.
I'm anxious to hear.
This is from BuzzFeed. This woman flew out for a vacation and left her husband behind. And oh boy, do people have opinions. So, here we go. My husband and I planned a week-long vacation to New Orleans. We, but mostly I, have been planning this for months. Back in March, I told him I would plan most of it, like where to go, what to do. All he had to do was to make sure he had the week off and buy the plane tickets. I spent the last few months researching activities. I booked the hotel room, made reservations at places we wanted to try, and made a list of all the sites I wanted to see. Every few weeks, I would check in with my husband to see if he had asked for the time off and bought the tickets yet. He would always say he was waiting for the plane ticket prices to go down. 3 weeks ago, I reminded him again, and he said he had gotten the time off for work for the days, but had forgotten to get the tickets. He looked online. The tickets were close to $1,500 per ticket. He said he was going to wait for some more. He said he was going to wait some more to see if the prices would go down. Last week, I asked if he had bought the tickets yet. He said no. He looked again. The prices were still high. He said he wasn't willing to spend that much on them and asked how much money I would lose if I just canceled everything. He offered to have a nice staycation instead. I told him I was not willing to cancel everything because I spent so much time planning it. We argued and didn't come to a conclusion. I wound up buying just one ticket for myself, and when I flew out Saturday, I told him I was still going. No, I wound up buying just one ticket for myself. Oh, and when I flew out Saturday, I told him I was still going. He acted all surprised that I didn't want to stay home with him. I'm in New Orleans now, and he is blowing up my phone saying that I'm an a-hole for still going without him. He was trying to get a ticket to come too, but I told him if he came, he'd have to get his own hotel room.
Ooh.
Because this is now my vacation away from him. Am I the a-hole? AITA. So there we go. Lady plans a vacation, gives her husband 2 jobs to do. Sounds like he pretty much muffs both of them for the most part, and then she goes off by herself. You got thoughts?
This is a tough one. I'm leaning towards that she is not, because she gave him ample opportunity. I mean, it sounds like it was weeks that she tried to get him to take the time off and to get the tickets bought. So with that in mind, I have to assume, especially since he's just said, I'm waiting on the prices to come down. To me, that says I'm on board. I'm going to go on the vacation with you. So then when he keeps procrastinating it and then doesn't do it, I don't know. I don't think she is.
Okay.
That's my answer.
Yeah, before I give my answer, I'm going to say, look, there's a couple things. It sounds like that she knows that he's not great at following through, maybe, or he forgets things a lot, because she does most of the legwork.
Right.
And then she keeps following up with him. So part of me is like, well, okay, yes, you both should be doing that. But if you know that, maybe it's hard to get mad at the guy if you know he does that. But I kind of agree with you that it's the husband. Look, man, you gotta get up. And if all you have to do is take the time off and get the tickets, and especially now, the tickets you can get online, and within, 2-3 minutes, you've got a list of ticket prices that you can try to find the best price from early on. The fact that you waited to the last second.
I mean, if it's a month out and you absolutely cannot find the tickets and they show no chance of going down, maybe you have that
I
discussion,
agree.
say, this isn't going to work out. We can't go. But it sounds like he didn't do that.
Yep. But I am going to come down and say that she is the a-hole. Now, she wasn't until the very end.
When she didn't let him come to the room.
When she said, or when he calls and says, listen, I'm going to get the ticket and come down. He's going to try to salvage it. And maybe he feels bad. Maybe he doesn't. But when she tells him that he's going to have to get his own room, to me, that's the tipping point. It's like, look, you okay. Now you got to let him come on down there. You're punishing him again, maybe rightfully so. But that's hard on the marriage, man. That may cause some big time problems with the marriage. I think you're going to do yourself a lot more favors if you just come down there and say, have a heart to heart with him. Like, look, I am going on vacations and I'm going to give you things to do that you have responsibilities for. If you don't fill those in, I'm going to do them. I'm still going to go. If you want to come, fine. But I'm not going to not do things simply because you didn't take care of business. But like I said, I was on board with her all the way till she told him if he came down, he'd have to get his own room. I'm like, see, you put me over the edge now. I want to go and say that she isn't until she did that. And for me, that's where it tipped over.
And we don't know.
But I could have went either way because, it's like, look, dude, you have two things to do. You got to just do it.
Yeah, you screwed up.
Yeah. And again, we're going just by what she says.
And we don't know what her motive was. Maybe she wanted to see if he would still come down.
Maybe.
Even though she put that stipulation. I'm not saying women ever do that. But
we would never
put us to the test like that.
Giving us a test. No, we would never say that.
Because just think if he went ahead, got his room down there and went down there and told her and said, hey, babe, I really wanted to be here. I'm sorry I didn't get the tickets and stuff. Maybe that works out to be a better thing. Maybe. But again, we don't know her motivation or like.
Well, she said she told him this is now my vacation away from you.
Yes.
So
she was upset.
She was upset. And maybe rightfully so.
Yeah, I don't blame her. I'm not saying
she wasn't. I'm not saying she wasn't rightfully, didn't have a right to be upset.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, okay, that's fine, but then it kind of made you the a-hole then.
Yeah. I'm sticking with she's not.
Like I said, I understand your thought too, but I'm just going to go the other way.
Yeah.
For one reason, it's a little more fun if we split the room a little bit. But.
Yeah. I'm saying not, but with the caveat of that's not how I would handle it. I'd be a dead man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm on the vacation.
Well, I usually do most of the planning and not because my wife doesn't want to. I just do.
I do too. And I try to involve.
We go. We go the same. We go to Motel 8. We hit the Arby's. It's wonderful. We have a great vacation.
Yeah, it's awesome. Drop down into East Peoria.
Woo!
Yeah.
Hit the Illinois River, the beach. It's nice. It's very
especially
nice.
in the wintertime.
Oh, I love it. It's beautiful.
Do some polar plunging.
So, all right. So Greg says she's not. I say she is. So,
all right.
That's that.
That's where we fall.
I think you got a story. We're going to go to Australia, and I got to admit I haven't read this one all the way through. So,
well, it's not all that crazy. It's just that it just made me think about when my kids were born. So this dad filed a massive lawsuit against a hospital after staff encouraged him to watch his wife's C-section, which he says caused him to develop a psychotic illness.
Okay.
And so watching the C-section caused him to go psychotic. Anil Coppola was shot down. Boy, he was shot down. That's not good.
No, it wasn't.
In the Supreme Court of Victoria in Melbourne last week after he filed a suit seeking 1 billion Australian dollars, roughly 643 million US, in damages for psychological injury from the Royal Women's Hospital, from the hospital. His wife successfully gave birth via C-section in the hospital back in 2018. Years later, however, Coppola came forward and claimed that the hospital and its staff breached their duty of care when they encouraged and permitted him to watch the delivery, the outlet reported. C-sections are relatively common procedures where doctors make an incision on a woman's abdomen and uterus to deliver a baby, according to Johns Hopkins Medicine. The procedure is frequently used when doctors believe it's safer for the health of the mom and baby compared to a vaginal birth. Roughly 32% of 2021 births in the U.S. were C-sections. Coppola said he saw his wife's blood and organs during the procedure, which caused him to develop a psychotic illness that led to a breakdown of his marriage, according to the suit. The Royal Women's Hospital denied breaching a duty of care for Coppola during the procedure. He represented himself. Let's see. He went into a medical examination. Does not satisfy a threshold level of, let's see here. He said, it said that he is simply unable, as a matter of law, to recover damages for a non-economic loss. So he didn't lose anything off this.
I like how he, first off, I like how he represented himself. Like, that's never good.
Yeah.
You need to get a lawyer.
Get a lawyer. Especially $643 million. I mean.
Yeah, how did he come up with that number?
Well, he wanted $1 billion.
Yeah.
He was biting his pinky like
that's right.
Dr. Evil when he said
$1 billion. Why do a lot of these, I mean, my wife didn't have a C-section, but they encourage you. Would you like to, help? I was like, no.
Yeah.
I was in there, but I would have preferred to be somewhere else.
With a C-section. Would you like to make the incision?
Yeah. They don't do that with other procedures.
No. He's having heart surgery. You want to cut the sternum? Right. I mean.
Excuse me, Mrs. We're doing the vasectomy now. Would you like to cauterize one of your husband's testicles? Like, no, I don't want her doing that.
Although my doctor did have Lori sit at the end of the bed, and he would show her during the procedure. He would go, "Oh, look, here's what I snipped out."
I don't want to. Nobody wants to see that.
No, Lori didn't particularly want to sit there, but that's a whole other story, though.
I was brought in. My wife was having a colonoscopy, and they got me, and I'm like, "What's wrong?" And they came in and showed me, like, I don't know what they were showing me, something like, "Oh, there's just this. Everything looks good," and I was feeling woozy, and I'm like, "They're like, are you going to pass out?" I'm like, "I don't feel very good." "Well, then you need to get out of here." And they started yelling at me. I said, "I didn't ask to come in. You told me to come. I don't know why I'm in here."
Yeah, in the waiting room.
I never go in. Yeah, I want to see the colonoscopy. No, I don't. It made me sick. I'm like, just do what you got to do.
Yeah. Well, Lori had all three of our kids by C-section. The first one, she went through the whole labor process. He was posterior, blah, blah, blah. She ended up with a C-section. So then the next two we had, and all of our babies are bigger anyways, I think 20, 30 pounds.
That's a big baby.
No, close to 9, I think, though. But anyways, so they scheduled both of the other two C-section as well. If this guy had won, I wanted to jump in on the lawsuit, make it class action. Because,
you got 3 of them.
Well, with my middle daughter, I was sitting on a stool watching. I was talking to Lori. They had a curtain up down below her neck.
I feel if there's any incisions going on, I should not be in there.
There's noise.
Oh, yeah.
Plus, they had a team.
The natural birth was bad. I can't imagine we're going to cut your wife's stomach open and pull a bunch of stuff out. Like, ugh.
They had a team of residents come in, and they said, "Hey, do you mind if they watch this?" Lori's like, "Okay, I guess."
I love it when you're in the most vulnerable position. You mind if look? Just I don't care what you do.
We're getting ready to cut you open.
Can we just get through this?
8 people standing around and watch.
I want to see this.
But I'm sitting there on the stool, talking to her, trying not to pay any attention to what's going on at the other end of the bed, all the squishing and other noises.
Oh.
And I was sitting there, and I kind of leaned back, and when I did, they had a mirror hanging above her, and I saw in the incision.
No, you need to cover that mirror up. I can't see.
Oh my gosh. I was sitting there and I wear glasses and I had a mask on and I was breathing hard and my glasses were steaming up. I started getting lightheaded, about ready. Then I looked down and there's blood on the floor and I'm like breathing heavy. The nurses kind of noticed I was about to fall off the stool and they're like, you're not looking so good. And they're like, do you want to go out in the hall? And I had not eaten anything. So I go out in the hall. They gave me some crackers and orange juice. And after a little bit, they took me back in and I survived the rest of the C-section. You know, it's tough for the male. You know, it's tough for us.
Well, we do have it tough. I mean, the ladies, they get to lay down.
Yeah. They've got her all numb from the neck down. My brain's seeing this.
I forgot about that. They're numb.
Yeah.
I felt all of it. I felt all the pain.
I was giving her play-by-play.
I was numb.
Look, you are cut wide open. Look at that.
There's your intestines. I think that's your intestines. I don't know what that is.
And the baby looked like, alien coming out of. So I don't know. When I saw this story, it gave me a flashback. So I'm like, if he had won that case, I think I could have been in because I'm psychotic now. I think I.
Well documented.
Yes. So I think I could have joined him in his case.
I think you should bring this up. I think you got a good shot.
That was Australia. Maybe I could try it in America.
I think you should.
It didn't ruin my marriage, but
yeah.
You're
still working on it.
Yes. So if I go on a vacation by myself, that might do it.
Yeah, it might.
But those C-sections are something.
Maybe you should plan your next vacation like that. Tell Lori, sorry, you didn't get your stuff done.
Yeah.
I'm going by myself.
Have fun here at home.
Yeah. You'll have a fun staycation.
Yes. And I will be at the stay-away-cation forever.
You will.
Oh, so yeah, the whole C-section story kind of gave me back flashbacks.
Yeah, that's I've never understood that with childbirth, why they feel the need to start bringing people in and the husband. And I mean, I was glad to be there as a moral support.
Did you cut the cord?
No.
These were C-sections, so I don't know if that was even an option.
They asked, and I said no. I'm like,
I don't need to do this.
No.
I'm not going to lose any attachment to anybody.
No. No, I do not want to cut anything. I don't want to. I'm going to stay at the head's end of the bed and try to be moral support, have her hold my hand, breathe, get her ice chips, whatever she needs. And you guys just take care of whatever's going on. Get it done.
If I had my brothers, I'd be out in the waiting room handing out gummy cigars or something.
Anything. Watching Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Something.
With the first one, while she was in labor, I did watch the Brady Bunch.
Oh, wow. There you go.
That made her happy.
Marsha.
Nothing like about to have your first kid and you're watching a show about 6 kids. So, anyways, that's all I got about the C-section.
All right. Well, my wife came across this question. I don't know if she saw it on Facebook or heard it on the radio or whatever, but she asked me. I thought, well, that's interesting. But they were having a discussion, and it was talking about going out or either ordering or cooking a hamburger. And they said, what one ingredient on that hamburger will ruin the sandwich for you?
Because it's hard to ruin a hamburger.
It is hard, but what one thing? There's just one thing. If it's on there, it's like, yeah, I'm not eating. I can't eat this. It's ruined now for me.
Yeah, do you have yours?
I have a couple. Go ahead. And
I asked Lori this before we came on, and she told me jalapeno peppers.
And my wife said the same thing because of the heat.
Yes, the heat.
She doesn't want the heat.
So I said avocado.
Okay.
I'm not an avocado fan, and I think it's a texture thing because I actually ate a little piece the other day. And it's not that the flavor is so bad. It's not much flavor.
No.
It's just that weird texture.
Okay.
And I don't want them on my hamburger. And then for me, the next thing is tomatoes. I hate tomatoes, so putting a hamburger on a tomato for me ruins it.
My number one, tomato. I don't like tomato. I'm not a fan of onions or pickles. I would say pickles is second. I don't like pickles, but it wouldn't ruin it.
Ketchup is good, though.
Yes, I do like ketchup. It's not tomato. Yeah, tomato, and it's more of a kind of, it's just that wet kind of slimy. And I know, I'm in the minority. It looks good. I think a tomato thick slice, it looks great. it doesn't bring anything to the sandwich.
It doesn't.
There's no taste to it to me.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, like you said, sometimes they look good, and I've even tried
Especially in
them.
the summertime, they'll show me, they're cutting a thick slice of tomato and putting lettuce and tomato and all that on you, and it looks good. I've tried them. I try to eat tomatoes every now and then. I will, I'm going to try one, and I'll eat, and I can eat it, throw a little salt, but it's just kind of wet and slimy, and
I tried more
salt.
tomatoes this summer than I probably ever have.
Two?
Because we had some in our
doubled your taste.
We had some in our massive raised garden.
That's right. Your 30-acre raised garden.
And I ate a few of those, and I ate a couple of slices because I hate them. But I powered through. I ate a couple because I was trying to eat a little better, and I'm like, well, I can make myself eat it. I ate asparagus last night. I'm not a big asparagus fan either.
I'm not either.
I grilled some, and it wasn't too bad.
Yeah, I can eat it. It's just not my favorite.
But it wouldn't be on a hamburger.
No.
So
no.
I don't know. You got any other ones?
Like I said, pickles would be. I just.
So that ruins a hamburger for you. Pickles does.
I can take them off, but if you had to leave them on, I probably honestly would rather eat the tomato than the pickle.
Really? See, I'd probably eat the pickles before the tomato.
The tomato doesn't have much taste. I could probably power through the tomato.
There is a taste.
I'm not a fan.
Though. There's a taste. There's a wang.
I don't want that on my hamburger either. That would be one ingredient that is completely off. That one's gone.
That's from Hollywood Nights.
Yes, it is. Old movie.
Yes, very old movie.
I mean, there's probably some weird. See, I didn't even think of avocado. I was trying to think of your.
Yeah, I'll see them at restaurants.
Yeah.
They're slice of avocado. Yeah, nope.
I probably wouldn't be a fan of that either. I don't know that I've ever.
No, I know you
tried
like
it.
egg.
I love
on
egg.
your hamburger.
Love it.
Any cheeses that you don't like on the burger? I like pepper jack.
I'm not a fan of American cheese. I can eat it, but
I'm fine with American.
I would rather have cheddar or Colby Jack or Swiss.
You like pepper jack?
I'm not a big fan, but see, I don't like real spicy. And I know pepper jack's not spicy.
I wouldn't even mind the jalapenos at lower. I mean, I don't mind a little heat.
Yeah, I don't know. Jalapenos would do it for me because again,
what about salsa?
I'd probably try it.
I've seen people with salsa on burgers.
I'd probably try to eat it with salsa. It'd probably be fine.
What other burgers have? I'm trying to think what.
Now, here's one for me. Now, my wife loves it. I don't like the pineapple one.
I love the pineapple. The
she
bonsai burger.
The bonsai or the teriyaki burger with the pineapple.
Love it.
I love pineapple. Not a fan of it on my hamburger.
Oh, love it. That's one of my favorites at Red Robin is the bonsai.
Not a fan. If we go to Red Robin, I'll do the royal with the egg and the bacon, or I'll do they have one there, the Southern Gentleman or the Southern Gent, and it's got a candied bacon and barbecue with fried onion rings on it. Oh,
doesn't sound bad. I haven't had them. I mostly always get the bonsai because I don't go to Red Robin that often. So when I go, it's gotta have the bonsai. But yeah, love me some teriyaki and pineapple on a burger.
Yeah. All right. Well, you ready to move on, or do you have anything else?
No, the burger's good.
Okay, the last thing I got.
Now I'm hungry.
I am too. We haven't eaten yet. There was a article here said TikTokers are sharing hacks. They're calling hacks on ways to save money, and it's just really adults ordering kids meals at different restaurants to save money. And it says, should they? So one of them, the TikTokers, they said that if you go to Olive Garden, you can get the kids meal for $7, which includes pasta and a side of broccoli, a drink, and 2 breadsticks and a salad. And it's $7, and they'll go up.
Will you get a discount if you leave out the side of broccoli?
I don't know. Not a fan of the broccoli?
It's okay.
I like broccoli.
I don't love it. See, it's bad. I don't love veggies. I have a hard time.
I don't love veggies, but I like broccoli.
I can eat broccoli.
See,
over tomato.
Over tomato, definitely.
Yeah.
But I like Brussels sprouts.
Don't care for them.
I like lima beans.
Lima beans are okay. Don't like cucumbers.
I like cucumbers. I don't like pickles. It's weird. So I can eat pickles. It's just not my favorite. But so anyway, so they order the kids meal. I lost my spot here. Said another TikToker said that she calls herself a kids meal connoisseur. Says that, apologize here, my screen. Yeah, the yodeling pickle. Thank you. And it yodels forever.
Yes, this is the yodeling pickle. Doug can eat the pickle after.
I'm not eating the pickle. But it says here they go to Carrabba's Italian Grill, and for $4.99 or $5.99 you can get the it's called the Cheddar Scratch Kitchen. There's a choice of 14 sides. So
I have not really thought of doing this.
See, my mom will order kids' meals sometimes. I apologize. I had it all set up and it refreshed, and now I can't find where I was at.
I, at one time, once in my life so far, I have ordered the senior plate. And that's a little better bargain than.
And I think, too, it says, and I know this, another reason, not just prices, but they're also smaller portion size. Like, my mom doesn't eat a lot, so she likes the smaller sizes.
And she gets a toy.
Well, yeah, not at most places, but some places, you could. But how do you feel though about an adult ordering AITA? If you go into a restaurant and you say, "I want the kids' meal," and they say, and it says on there 12 and under.
Yeah, if there's a stipulation,
I think most of them say that.
I don't think you should. So yeah, you are.
So you're calling my mom?
I am.
And, oh my goodness! I'm going to tell my mom.
She'll come spank me.
She will. You'll be in big trouble. I kind of agree that you should not order if it's a kid's meal. It's there for do you go to the movies and say that I want the kids' price for the movie?
Oh yeah.
I mean, or other discounts for kids that they have out there. Do you get those too, or is it just the kids' meal?
I go with my daughter on Tuesday nights. Kids eat free at the. Woo! I'm the kid.
Just say you identify as a kid. They can't say anything about it.
Right.
They got to give you the meal.
I am a child.
So I kind of agree with you, though. You kind of are.
Yeah, because yeah.
I don't know. I don't know. I get why you're doing it. I get that you want cheaper food. You
cheaper
want
food,
prices.
and you're not eating as much. I get that, but
what if you went into a buffet and you just say, "I want the kids price,"
and then just plow?
Oh, just pound it like I am going to make you pay. Make you pay for that.
That is not the kids.
Because buffets are not cheap anymore.
No, they're not.
I rarely go.
We don't either. And I love the local Chinese buffet, but man, it's gotten so pricey.
So we're both calling adults that order off the kids' meals the a-holes, I guess.
Yeah.
So
Cut it out.
Cut it out. Man up or woman up. Be an adult.
Yeah.
You should not do that. Do you have any hacks for trying to save money at restaurants? I know, drinking water, going Dutch.
Well, I remember when our kids were young and we would go to the local Chinese buffet, they didn't like Chinese food at that time. So we would stop at like McDonald's and get the kids' meal and take it in there with us because I didn't want to spend $10 for a kid's buffet. And they would always kind of give us the eye when we'd come in with our McDonald's bag. But we still ordered. Lori and I did, but
just one, and then you shared the plate.
Right.
You said, I'm just watching my wife eat.
Coupons.
Coupons. Getting water to drink, not soda.
Yeah, because soda's expensive.
We went somewhere, and it was. I got drinks, like just a soda, and I got the bill. I was like, wow, that's pricey. I looked. They charged us $4 a piece for a soda or iced tea.
That's a lot.
I'm like, $4. It was $3.99. Like, wow.
Yeah, for something that cost them about 20 cents.
So I canceled that and said, I'll just take the kids' meal.
Yeah.
Bring me that kids' meal right now.
With a water.
That's right. Chicken fingers and French fries.
No, with a high C.
That's right. Sir, this is a steak place. I don't care.
Yeah.
Give me that chicken dinner.
I want the kids' meal.
All right. Anything else?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for us for tonight.
Yeah. Mike, we miss you.
Mike, we hope that things are going well with your training and that you're going to really knock them dead this year.
Yeah.
So Last year he lost in the first round, so we're hoping he makes it a little further along.
At least to the semifinals.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, there was a wardrobe malfunction, and he was disqualified.
Yeah,
so
those nooks and crannies.
That's not a cranny you're grabbing, so just be careful. All right. Hey, thank you so much for tuning in. We appreciate it. If you like the show, hit the share button, get it out there. Check out all of our social media. We put out extra stuff and taste tests and stupid things that we come across. And we hope you're tuning in 7 days. Until then, see ya.
Later.
Peace. That was for you, Mikey. Well, that wraps up another episode. Thanks for listening. Please be sure to subscribe, and you can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter.